But you know how you wake up in the middle of the night and your arm is numb because you've been laying on it? That's how my entire identity felt. Like I could feel it there, but I didn't have this like life force anymore that I have always had.
I love how when women describe their situations, guys, we always use language that makes absolutely no sense. Yo, what is going on, guys? Got this video for you here today that was sent to me of, I believe, a 33-year-old woman who now feels uncomfortable in life. So this is a woman, guys, who has hit the wall, and more, my definition of the wall is more of a mental thing, right? When women have realized that the boat is sailing away without them, okay? The idea of having a family, the idea of getting married, the idea of quote unquote settling down, these things are starting to get away from her, and they really do not like it, which is why, guys, we end up with TikTok clips of 33-year-old women complaining about their situations. So let's jump into it. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Let's take a listen.
And I have no idea what I want to do with my life. About 4 months ago, I started to develop this really weird and uncomfortable aversion to life. And initially I thought I was just very depressed. You know, it's just like PMS, I don't feel good, blah, blah, blah. I thought I was just being whiny and entitled, and I kind of just like stuffed this feeling down, try to ignore it, try to avoid it. Didn't really talk about it. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And it got to the point where I was dreading every single day. Like every day I would wake up and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do this shit again and again and again.
I don't know about you guys, okay? But if I was going through something difficult in my personal life, the very last thing that I imagine myself doing would be to record a TikTok video about it. It's amazing to me, man, like the crap that people will put on the internet, personal details about their life for sympathy from strangers, essentially. It's always made absolutely no sense to me. Now, this big feeling of dread that you have, this antipathy towards everyday life, a lot of this actually occurs, you know, very frequently for women who are pushing into their 30s because they're realizing they're very damn behind. You know, they're realizing, hey, the time's running out, the biological clock is running out, maybe you want to get married, that's going to be harder. And so we end up with a lot of sad, medicated women.
And my whole entire life just started to feel so empty and so dreadful. I felt like my soul wasn't in my body anymore. And it was like the craziest few months of just derealization and depersonalization, which is a term I never thought I would use ever in my life. But you know how you wake up in the middle of the night and your arm is numb because you've been laying on it? That's how my entire identity felt. Like I could feel it there, but I didn't have this like life force anymore that I have always had.
I love how when women describe their situations, guys, we always use language that makes absolutely no sense. Like if you were to sit down and you were to talk to a dude about his life situation, number one, most of them won't even tell you how they're feeling, okay? Because men understand that most people don't care. You know, I think this is a large part of the reason why you don't see a lot of videos like this from men on the internet, is because number one, why would men do that? But in all seriousness, I think a lot of guys understand that nobody cares how they're feeling, you know? And even if they did post something like this, you know what it would be? It would be a very straightforward. It would be very simple to understand. It would be, hey guys, you know, life sucks right now. My wife, Sharon, she left me and she took the kids and she took everything I had. So it sucks at the moment. It would be very clear. It would say what's going on. It would be very logical most of the time, in my opinion. But women, on the other hand, guys, they'll start talking to you, throwing out words that make no sense about how their soul isn't quite there and they feel like they've slept on their arm, but it's for their personality. Like, it just makes zero sense. And all of it has a root issue, which they never talk about really, which is just, no man that they wants to actually settle down and have a relationship with them, have kids with them, and have marriage with them. That's my general assumption with why women feel this way when they push into their 30s.
So naturally, I went to a psychiatrist. I got on new meds, which seemed to help for a little bit.
Yeah, I swear these like psychiatrists, guys, are essentially just glorified dealers that try and get women on medication because they know it makes them a lot of money. Oh, what's that? You've got a problem? Yep, let's just throw her on some medication. Oh, what's that? You've got a young boy in school and he can't concentrate? Medication. That's these people's solution to everything, I swear, man.
And yet I just still have this like nagging feeling that I'm in the wrong life. Like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I'm in the wrong relationship, in the wrong job, in the wrong town. Like everything is just wrong. And I have this like weird sense of guilt that I somehow am letting my future self down. Like I'm not living up to my full potential. I'm not being the person that I'm meant to be. And I'm somehow letting this girl down. I've been a nurse for about 6 years, and initially it was like the most fulfilling thing, and I thought I found my purpose. And I've always been into film, and so I started like a film meetup group, and that's been going really well.
Of course, guys, it's a nurse. Now, with nurses, I've actually heard, and I say this every time one of the women brings up the fact that they're a nurse, I have heard some very, very negative things about nurses, about infidelity in that particular position, cheating on their boyfriends, cheating on their husbands, hooking up with everybody, ranging from the patients to the staff. I mean, I have not heard very good things at all from men who have dated nurses. Or just, just in general, men. I have not heard very, very positive things. I think the translation here is, a lot of this stuff was fun, but at the end of the day, I'm unfulfilled and I'm looking to settle down now. That's my translation. That's what I'm getting from this video. Hoping I'm wrong, but usually that's these women's predicament, right? Even if they're in a relationship, a lot of them are not content with the guy because they feel like they could do better. So they don't actually like him. They don't actually respect him. They're just there because they don't want to be single.
But something's just missing. Like I started hating nursing. I started just hating existing. And like every hobby that I've ever had just started to feel bad. Like it just started to feel like I'm faking it. Like every action that I was taking to feel better just felt so inauthentic and so futile. And at the same time, I feel like guilty that I feel this way because nothing is actually wrong. Like, yes, I've been through a lot of trauma in the past, but like right now, everything's normal, everything's fine. And somehow my brain just like absolutely refuses to be grateful. And
I think that's very funny that she brings that up, guys, because I think a lot of women are in this particular position, especially when it comes to relationships, right? Like they have a good man, they have a good life, got a good relationship, but it's not enough, and they're not grateful. And truthfully, this is why a lot of marriages actually end, is because one day the woman just says, hey, you know what? I can do better. This isn't what I want. I don't feel it anymore, and I'm just going to bounce. I'm going to take the kids. I'm going to take your resources, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Absolutely insane stuff, guys. Like, again, I don't see videos like this from men where one day they wake up and they're like, you know what? This relationship just isn't for me, guys. I'm out of here. Okay, yeah, it's been like 5 years, but yeah, I'm just not feeling grateful today, so I'm a bounce. Like, I just don't see it, man.
I really haven't met a lot of people that are going through this, but about an hour ago, I saw this TikTok of a girl who is in her 30s, and she's saying, one day you wake up in your 30s and you just realize you don't want any of this. And I was like, that's me. That's exactly what happened. It felt so sudden. Like just one day I woke up and I was like, I don't want to be here. Not, and I'm not so, but I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want my life. And I don't know what I do want. So it's not like I'm just not doing what I want to be doing. I don't even know what to replace my life with. But anyway, I'm on a journey to
Oh my goodness.
find out what all of this is about because I've never felt this way before. I am hoping to
Yes.
connect with other people that are also going through this. And hopefully we can all figure it out together. So if there are any 30-something-year-old nurses who have felt absolutely flattened the last couple months, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, so first of all, none of you are going to figure out anything. Second of all, get off the medications. Like, oh my goodness, man, these people are something else. Like, this is the last kind of woman you want to date, by the way. Again, like, this is the type of woman, guys, you can be with her for like 5 years, and then one day she'll wake up and she'll be like, you know what? I'm just not feeling it anymore. I need to go on a journey. Notice how she used the word journey, guys. She's ready to go on her journey. She's ready to switch things up. Maybe she's getting rid of that simp. We'll see how it goes. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.